All right, I took a room. Yeah, Ribigarumo. Thanks, Ribigarumo. Thanks for Bigarumo. Reject boat, embrace forge. Thanks the bits, Ortorius, and thanks for the sub, Rotmire Rob, Dark Rob, tier 2 for 60 months. Positively huge. Good shit, my dude. It's 1 a.m., so technically morning. Yeah, true. Pawn over DA room Aru didgeridoo Kage. Oh, what a treasure. Oh no. For at least that one. You will note, I tried something different this morning. Once again, I doubled down on this morning part. I tried something different, okay? You might notice that the YouTube stream started 3 minutes after the Twitch stream. Why is that? Because YouTube demonetizes all of my streams because of my intro song. But I like my intro songs. And I feel that you guys, it'd be nice to listen to a little intro song when you're watching the stream. But that's not worth making no money ever from YouTube. And so I'm going to be starting the YouTube streams after that intro song. So if you want the intro song, you gotta be on Twitch. This I feel is the best solution. Apologies. Phoenix OG08. Thanks for becoming a HeyWoah enjoyer on YouTube. I appreciate it. TYVM. With the Pika-Me song from the reveal, okay, well, that one, there was no saving that one. Despite the lyrics and the enunciation thereof, YouTube robots did indeed detect that that was that song. And so that one, we're never getting a dime out of that one. But it was funny. Big fan. I wonder whatever happened to Pika-Me after she got chased away. Oh well. Who else bought the awesome doc stuff that just came out? Vault Boy 1300, thanks for becoming a HeyWoah enjoyer on YouTube again. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Every little bit helps. Ain't her name Henya now? Yeah, I was trying to do the plausible deniability thing, but it is indeed Henya now. And she's got a persona more than she did when she was Pika-Me. And I kind of liked the thinner veil of reality. And also the quasi Japan Texas accent she kind of had at that time. She's very successful now, which is all I ever wanted, you know. So I'm happy about that part. Oh, Henry the Gene-Res? Yeah, I don't know who that is. And I don't know who Pika-Me is either. And I don't know what VTubers are. Anyway, I'm 12. Yeah, HeyWoah technically did get some ogres. They are giants. They're gargants. Sons of Behemoth. They are the size of man-crusher gargants. So if I were a salty destruction player, I wouldn't choose ogres. I would choose SOB. Because they've been waiting for man-crusher gargants since before that army even came out and have to use the worst model currently in production. And they're like, hey, we should make some man-crusher-sized gargants and put them in fucking cities. However, they look sick, and I'm happy for cities players. I say through gritted teeth. But actually I am, because it's like the city's reveal was completely dope. It was so sick. Dwarves next, of course. Well, look at the wind up in the pitch. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed. Not this time. We made it up. Total fabrication. Doc Spearhead now has a carnival car instead of only a pile of infantry, an improvement. Yeah, and moving forward, no more warlocks. The much maligned male unit in Doc, disgusting. It should stay. It should stay all female. Absolutely disgusting. Get them out. No one liked them. They were always bad. And they put them in every single starter box to trick you into buying those useless things. And worst of all, disgusting males. Why would anyone watch, listen to, or buy anything from a man ever? VTuber fan talks about anything. Yeah, Lord Uke. Oh, Big Uke. He's up there in the sky with Big Yush. Male on stream? Gugh. In this stream, HeyWoah says men are useless. No. Don't get me wrong. No out of context clips on LSF for me. Men are not useless. They single-handedly built the entire modern world with their bare hands. Thanklessly. And get shit for it even to this day. I'm just saying, you never want to look at them or listen to them for any reason, especially if they're a VTuber. That's different, okay? Bear the weight of all of human civilization on your shoulders quietly. Don't show yourself. And now they'll rip you down. We're forgetting our recipes. Oh, he's changing. He's turning. But it'd be nothing. Nothing. Without a woman or girl. That fucking song. So funny. 1% of the sky is non-binary. Okay. The pie slice. Everybody gets their pie slice, all right? The sheer slicer. I could do a walk, but it's got a song on it, and I'm testing. I'm seeing if this video gets well, I'm trying for this not to get demonetized one time, so I can get paid by YouTube once. Why am I suddenly obsessed with making money from my hobby? Because I just did my taxes. I just did my taxes. A little late, but it was submitted before the deadline. I pulled the classic one with everybody in Conflux too. Hey, did you do your taxes yet, HeyWoah? Are you kidding me? I did my taxes over a year ago. Wait a minute. Oh, no. Anyway, Pippa detected. Somebody mentioned PPPP in chat based. She's mellowed out a lot in her older age, but that is the weight of responsibility. You can't be that entertaining and funny and Menhera. Once you get a certain level of successful, they'll kill you. The advertisers, I mean. They won't let you. No more fun is allowed. It happened to GDQ. It happens to everybody that starts small, is really entertaining, and then gets big enough so that they have to make themselves no longer entertaining. That's how it works. Advertisers are the fun vampires of the world, but also they are the banks of the world, and you don't get paid unless they're happy. So eat shit for life, me and everyone else. Regal. Thanks to Big Prime, 18. Big taxes means big sponsors. No, my taxes actually went way down because I made like no money. And so it was like, oh yeah, I should do the bare minimum to make something, Yeah. Well, I'm winning in a certain way. I paid far fewer taxes this year. I paid a lot less in taxes because I made a lot less. Tax minning, stealing from Uncle Sam by not making more money and giving him less. Tax for the tax god, you mean the government? Yeah, the government. Thanks to the $5 Vault Boy. Appreciate it on YouTube side. Chat, donate quick. We got 1 day until tax day. What? Boner Reaper's Malding. Mary Ian has young Pippa energy. Yeah, I mean, certainly more monotone. But it's, I don't know. There's something about a little old psycho girl monotone saying some wild shit. It's funny. I mean, who's that? I don't even hang out with any goldfish princesses. The old age of 23. Pipkin Pippa is, well, okay. Let's not tell tales out of school. Sure, she's 23. This year and last year and the year before. Ahem. Whatever you say, boss. Tay TJ, thanks to the tier 1 of the community, landed on Dapper Wonky. Shoot, hag detected. Oh, shit. Paid your tax 2 years ago, so here's a sub. Hell yeah, dude. Same. I paid it 2 years ago as well. I can fix her. I mean, no, yeah, yes, I can. On my way to make another mistake. Here I go, making another mistake again. You owned a combined 5 digits to the federal and state Taxi 2 stock. See, I knew my chat were winners. Okay. Your bank account is an IQ test, and I'm happy to say that my chatters are Mensa. I myself, clearly not, but I say funny things, and I have good thoughts on games. Business-wise, calculating combat damage when I'm swinging for the win, it's not a pretty sight, okay? Takes a while. The gears got to turn up in this. About to make another mistake, me when I play Domina, hoping that this time Blizzard will have implemented in-game FP view models. Oh. Blizzard. Who wants the blood cauldron? Yeah, and who wants to help fill the blood cauldron? Ooh. I'm trying to do my taxes over here, and you guys are just fingering your own buttholes. Okay, so here's the first story. This is normally would be on a walk, but I'm trying not to get demonetized. We're talking in front of the Wisconsin mentioned, and Wisconsin has been mentioned because we were just at Adepticon. It's the Adepticon show. Wow, Wisconsin mentioned. Culver's, Wisconsin cheese, and sports. Sprecher root beer is actually delicious. New Glarus spotted cow. It's a pretty all right light beer that's illegal to sell outside of Wisconsin due to probably tax evasion. Quick Trip is a pretty good gas station. The Backrooms is here. Dungeons and Dragons were invented here. Gary Gygax, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Later, Lake Geneva Convention. Later, Gen Con. Oh, that's where that, and then later Indianapolis, because it outgrew Milwaukee. But you know what replaced it? Because what I'm talking about outgrew Schaumburg, Illinois. Adepticon. Eat shit, Schaumburg, Milwaukee. Sunny Milwaukee. Gotcha beat. See the Bronze Fawns, the Art Museum. Eat sausages and cheeses. That's about it. Drink a lot. I believe we have the most bars per capita in America or the world. Top 5, top 10 or something like that. Drunkest state. Eat shit the South. Feel like you missed a golden comment. Said we can, and they said she can make me worse. Oh, that's the standard call and response. Yeah. It's no more true today than it was yesterday. Wisconsin is what we have to blame for Dungeons & Dragons. I mean, the beginning of it, yeah. If anyone wants to blame modern D&D, that shit's no longer a Wisconsin thing. It smells of California to me, but I haven't looked. Can you Yanks pay more tax so the government can more quickly process my I-30 for my green card so I can live with my wife, says Comrade Jock.
69, nice.
You know, I would like that personally, not to get political, but I would like more people hired to handle that kind of thing so that we can deny the people that ought to be denied and accept the people that ought to be accepted, you know? The backlog is pretty much due to understaffing. Not really understaffing because literally 100 million people every year want to come here, and many do illegally. 5 or 10 even do so legally. But I'm not in charge of anything, so thoughts and prayers, I guess. Find you someone that loves you like Midwesterners love Quick Trip. Look, Quick Trip is a gas station that is big and clean. Just that puts it in the top 10 nationwide. I rest my case. Our church thinks 69 bits. There's not a single county in Wisconsin that doesn't register as alcoholic on the BRFS scale. Oh. Did they intend on making that acronym BARFs? Was that intentional? Was that somebody's inside joke there? Wizards is set in Washington, much like fucking Microsoft. Okay. My wife lives in Canada. She's real. Oh, an exotic Canadian girlfriend / wife. Bucky casually bodies it. Never been to a Bucky's. It might. My claim is not that Quick Trip is the best gas station. It's just that it's big and clean and has a good selection, which puts it very high in the running nationwide. It doesn't have a funny name, though, like Shits and Come and Go, you know, Bucky's. There are funnier names among gas stations, so I can't claim that one. Bring back Ellis Island rules. Show up with an ID, get let in, but you have to get your name butchered to pass. Yeah, I mean, we didn't do it on purpose. It was a combination of person trying to say their name doesn't know English, and person trying to hear their name doesn't know whatever the fuck language that person is speaking, and so they both work together to do it wrong. And then the coolest thing about Ellis Island is that the people showed up and then, like, built stuff, made businesses, succeeded, you know, the American dream, that kind of thing. That was cool. I like that part. Beer fest is how you say it, but now you can't unhear that. I mean, I think it's appropriate. Appalachian. Oh, sweet. I just watched a thing on Appalachian dialogues. It was fascinating. You can confirm the process is horrible since dated several women from overseas who told me about the process. It's grueling and takes years. Yeah, it takes years. It takes years and years, and it's really annoying and time consuming to do it the correct way. Have you ever considered just break the law and then way later act really surprised? You could do that. It wouldn't work very well in any other country, for the record. Well, sure I can. Now watch us drive. What about Casey's? I don't think I've been to a Casey's. I don't know about it. Alexandros. I mean, I probably have, I'm going to be honest, but it didn't didn't bring forth a memory or an anecdote or anything. I've been to a lot of gas stations in my life. When I'm president, everyone will be American except James Corden. Yeah, you can keep him. Years and thousands of dollars. Forgot the last part. Yeah, well, I mean, we don't want you to show up completely destitute and then just be a net negative $1 million on America lifetime, right? We want to steal German scientists and make rockets. You know what I mean? Get some Get some goth GF Japanese businesswoman to come over and start making businesses. Or at least a decent 9 to 5. German Cogforts, Crow Roost, was captured by the Automod. I don't know why. What did the AI think was wrong with German Cogforts exactly? I don't know. Ass Russians. Okagan Baltart. Yeah, true. Which German scientists? Hey, well, the Jewish ones. All right. How about you just have StarCraft footage playing behind you? Yeah, I could do that too. I could do that. Soon we'll just be yapping with pictures in the back. In fact, why don't I just do that? I feel like there's a lot of visual interest, but it's almost too much. Just all over the fucking place. And everybody has seen Wisconsin mentioned by now. Okay, I'm gonna switch scenes here. And we'll yap in front of the first picture, because it's a picture show from Adepticon. I took a picture of Conflux 2, which is where it was our haunt, essentially. We took the place over, social engineering style, and we played 128,000 hours, Magic the Gathering. And this is a picture of that room. There it is. Decent men protect indecent streams. Hell yeah, brother. This is Conflux 2, where the meeting of the mind happens. Played a lot of Magic over the week, and I will talk about it. But first, yeah, I'm doing my part. True meeting of the mind, yeah, MEAT. Play Spearhead on the Lincoln statue's lap, yeah, over a 3-hour lunch break. The mind of man. I have sworn. A tale of souls and swords. Eternally retold. Hey, also, speaking of statues, look at this shit, dude. There she is. She's floating. There she is. We found the waifu. It's happening. The Bench Crusade. She's mogging phone bro. This guy's trying to looks Max with his gamer glasses. Pretend on the phone. Pretend business call. Suitcase. Hey, all right. She's summoning a Newark. I appreciate a woman who appreciates ordnance. I love the Jefferson Memorial. It's always great. Yeah, it was good to see. That was from a previous trip to Washington, D.C., where I maxed out on America. So where shall the stories begin? And what shall I have up in the background? Dick Bacon Fat Boy. Had some brunch, you know. Let's start with day one, Monday. All right. Actually, there is a glare on this screen. I'm going back to the Jefferson. What's the asterisk for? Eating long, thick, undercooked meats can result in something. Is she giving us the finger? The biggest finger. The big boy. Anyway, Monday. I believe Sunday or Monday there was a plane crash from Canada Air on a runway into a fire truck. And so everything in every airport in the whole world was delayed by like 2 hours, which caused SJ Arcade and CJU Busta to be delayed on their trip. CJ more than SJ, if we're going to be totally honest. SJ got delayed like 20 minutes. Okay, eat shit. CJ for life. He got incredibly unlucky. That never happens. I've flown in a plane like 100 times in my life, and that kind of thing has happened once. So now we know why he doesn't roll good in AOS either. The storm cloud of luck. Same city, different airports, same takeoff time. 2 hours later. Oh, 4 hours later. Pardon me. Now, Monday, so I made reservations at random places throughout the week because when people show up to Adepticon from my Discord, we try to set things up and have big dinners. The way we do it is there's big breakfast, no lunch, big dinner. And this is ideal for a convention because you only want to really leave the convention center twice. Just on account of parking and all that other stuff, right? And so Monday, the reservation, I found a Dorsia in Milwaukee. And so I'm like, well, I got to do it for the meme because Patrick Bateman, try as he might, never got that reservation to Dorsia. I did. Locked in. And then CJ's plane was too late and I had to cancel him. And so we never ended up eating there. But Silver Linings 2, 1. From their website, it didn't look that great, I'm going to be honest. And 2, Bateman couldn't get the reservations. I got them. Eating there would just be hot dogging, you know? We already succeeded. Phoenix OG on YouTube side thinks the $5 went to Adepticon for AOS tournament for my first 5 games and went 0-5 with Gitmog, but still had fun, got to carry the tourney from the bottom. That is pretty common. Like your first tournament is probably going to feature the first time you play against a lot of different armies. And in general, the first time you play against a faction that you don't know much about, you tend to lose. And the first time you go to a tournament, you tend to get blown up. It's fine. We're there to take pictures of cool armies, get a bunch of games in with sporting chaps, and then come back wiser and more experienced for a 2-3, and then, you know, climb your way up. Anyway, thanks for the $5. He's back going to surgery tomorrow. Really needed this. Thanks, HeyWoah. Oh, yeah. Hey, appreciate it. Hope your routine surgery goes well. Local legend is a real thing. The foot-long grilled cheese where the bread was actually a foot wide. Poutine surgery. SJ, do you have like a giant do you have a giant PowerPoint featuring all these pictures? If you don't, I got a shittier version prepared. And I'm going to be scrolling through Discord and show all the fun everyone was having. You do not? That's fine. Scroll through Discord and show all the fun people were having, all right? Tell stories about it. Anyway, so Monday, couldn't make it to Dorsia because CJ was 4 hours late. But it sucked for him, so it's not like a big deal. And also, Dorsia didn't look that great from their website. We went to this. What did we do Monday? I can't remember. Was that the steak day? I don't think it was because that was with a bunch of people. Anyone remember where we went Monday? Played some Magic. Yeah, I'm going to go to the events and media tab. Bleh. Oh, that was the footlong sandwich. Do you got a picture of it? Can I see it? Oh, yeah, we had the sauce. Every year, I bring a taste of Madison well, really a taste of Wisconsin to the people who show up to Adepticon. So I go to the farmer's market, as I often do, and get some red gold local honey from the local beekeepers, some cheese from Imagination, rattlesnake, which is a spicy cheese, pretty delish. Maybe some Hooks Blue. Little snack stick things. Candied pecans, which are made locally that are quite delicious. Good beer food, you know, where it's like salty and sweet pecans. Pop them in the bread box in between porters. And you may or may not have gotten some of the Pleasant Ridge Special Reserve, which is like a 5-year, maybe 7-year aged. Little flavor crystals in there. Delicious stuff. And SJ brought the Taste of Texas, which was a bit too hot for the Brit Bongers and also everybody else because it was way too fucking hot. The man likes it hot. The man likes it hot. Much hotter than I like it. I can handle spice, but I don't care for it too much. There it is. Oh, you got to rotate it. You got to rotate that. I can't do it on my end. But anyway, in the future, maybe it'd be cool if other people brought taste of wherever you're from. Just a little goodie bag, you know, a stocking stuffer. Your Majesty. Oh, okay. Well, I could tell everyone to rotate their head 90 degrees. How does that even happen? Anyway, it was a nice, quiet Monday before the big rush. Tuesday was the hangout day. Let me scroll up here. Oh no, I can't scroll up enough. We were sitting in the back of Vince's reveal show for his brand new game called Repent Ye Foolish Gods, sending funny messages back and forth to each other as if we were in fucking high school. Like children. And so there is entirely too many messages. Here we go. Look at this thing. Behold. Bask upon this violence that is cheese. This is CJ's foot-long grilled cheese. Hung Sando. Look at this thing. I thought it would be in like a submarine bun or something, but it's just wide bread. And a little tomato soup for dipping. Wide bread. This shit was great. Hey, well, how did you enjoy Adepticon? I will be explaining that for the next 2 hours at least. It was great. I always like Adepticon. It's always a good time. Thousands of years ago, when I first went to Adepticon in 2016 probably, which I am terrified to note is exactly 10 years ago. I went to Adepticon and I signed up for basically every tournament you could. Every day I was in a tournament for the whole day and I didn't get a chance to do anything, which seems to be what people do the first time they go to Adepticon. And then the next year I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sign up for the big tournament or two and then give myself a day to walk around and like look at stuff and talk to people. And that was cool. And then eventually I'm like, look, I'm going to sign up to one thing. And then the rest of the time is hanging out, right? And that's what I did, the years following. And then 4th edition Age of Sigmar came out, and I didn't like it, and I thought it sucked and was boring. And so I'm waiting for 5th edition to bring back the magic. And so the last 2 years, I've gone to Adepticon, signed up to nothing, taken over the Conflux room, and played Magic the Gathering with people on Discord for 128 hours. And happy as a clam. Actually so good. And that room is this room right here. Will widen and sizen, big and up. This is the Conflux 2 room. We got a double-decker table, seats 2 pods of Commander, the worst vending machines ever, right here, $7 Gatorade, the best hot cocoa machine ever, $2.50 hot cocoa. These cups run out, and they will not replace them. You get hot cocoa for the first day, maybe, and then it's over. Place is great. Blessed be the Mecca that is the Conflux 2. Played so much Commander. Walked around. I still took pictures of people's AOS armies and everything like that. Really fun to overhear people bitch about the vending machine all weekend. Yeah, because every human has the same experience. They walk up to it. It is not obvious how to use them. The chip tapper is broke on all of them. It's not clear if the left or the right opens it, although if you back up and look a little, you will note that it is the left. And 1 or 2 of them is always broken, and when one of them breaks, apparently both floors of them break. Peak flux. And we found it funny that it was the Conflux room, because of course Conflux is a Magic the Gathering set. So it all ties in. Nice little bow. They do have fingerprint scanners on them, but they don't work. Because whoever they bought these from were manufactured in a state where that's legal, and in Wisconsin you can't do that. So you are right. You checked your bank account and they still haven't charged you for either drink you got of those machines. Oh, free drinku. Comics Bill, how'd you enjoy Adepticon? Comics Bill, how'd you enjoy my city of Milwaukee? He asks. I used to live in Milwaukee. I lived in Milwaukee probably 3 years. So I liked it a lot better visiting than I did living there. But when I was living there, I lived in a very poor, shitty area. Much like when I lived in Chicago, I lived in a very poor, shitty area. Although that area was considerably more violent than the area that I lived in Milwaukee that was poor and shitty. Only one person got shot outside of my Milwaukee apartment in the morning when I was eating cereal in front of the blinds. Bus stop. Altercation. Stray bullet hit the front of the duplex I was renting a part of from somebody. Just chipped the paint and stuff. And that was only one. Chicago, every weekend someone was shot within maybe 3 football fields of where I live. 14 blue whales. Quarter mile. 30 school buses. Diameter like that. But I was kind of close to Chinatown. The food was good. Sent you the bullet points for the weekend DM. Oh, sick, yeah. Because I'm massive. Actually huge. Monday, Sandy and hot sauce. Tuesday, Magic the Gathering Carson's. Oh, yeah. Gilnir thanks for the tier 1. It landed on Jace Fan. Appreciate it. Is that like a phonetic way of getting the streamer to say Jace Fan, as in Jace the Mind Sculptor, Jace Bellerin, or Beerlin, whatever his last name is? Two drive-bys within 3 months in front of your duplex in Pilsen. Pilsen. Anyway, Tuesday we went to the game store. There's probably the best furnished, cleanest game store I've ever been to. It's called Old Guard Games, right across the street from the University of Milwaukee. If you're looking for a giant selection of Magic cards, you will not find it. But you will find positively based, like, full suits of armor, Tolkien paintings from the 70s, early 1990s Warhammer artwork, lining the walls, covering everything, felt-covered gaming tables with, like, places to ash your cigar nearby. It's sick. What a good store. And the entire basement of the place, the whole floor plan of the basement, is just Warhammer tables with a locker system. So you can, if you're a local, just keep your army in the locker in the basement, and then you got your key. So you don't have to lug that thing on the bus or whatever. Every time you go to the game store, you just show up with your key. Oh, here's my army, put it back. Super cool place. Super cool place. Oh, we got a picture? Oh, let's go. There it is. The boys. The whole crew that we could assemble on the day where we could assemble the most people. The Conflux 2. The meeting of the BS. I was thinking about putting a little name tag above everyone's head for their Twitch name, but then secretly having them all be wrong because no one would know. Hey, want to hear the TV's audio? No. You guys are all the same height. Exactly 5'11" from the far east to the far west. God damn. Although that's not true. Tollies went in the back. Old Guard is not far from your job, and they had a big booth at Adepticon, says Phoenix. Yeah. Hey, local game store. Place is great. Docking would look comically short. It's fine. What am I gonna say? Oh, you look comically short? Yeah, okay, buddy. You look comically wide. So it's all good. The local lawns don't stand a chance, dude. Backside of the TV thinks it's a big primer for 13. Oh, lucky 13, a baker's year. Love the post-event slideshow. We're working on it. Always do one at Adepticon. Sometimes the post-Adepticon slideshow involves pictures of every single army in the entire tournament, plus a recap of my tournament, like a tournament report, I guess, of how I did. But since 4th edition has come out, I haven't played in the championship at Adepticon because I didn't feel like playing because the game sucks right now. So there's pictures of other stuff instead. Any musicians or flag bearers in this unit? No, we would have had a musician, but he got caught up in other things. Couldn't make it.
Twitch Prime.
Jupes is normally the musician of the squad. And then flag bearer. Well, it's one of those old war scrolls where you can put the flag on anyone. Say what you will, we're sturdy folks, we can hold a flag. Rob is the handsomest. Look, he's doing us all a favor by taking the cigar out of his mouth for a brief moment so he doesn't mog us too hard. Dark Rob. Volzin Riot thinks it's a big prime for 8 months. Appreciate it. Love spending time and playing Commander with everyone of these flats, says Gilnir. Yeah, there were more too. And Vince showed up a few times to play. Fake Vince, the guy cosplaying Vince, showed up a few times to play. Some other people. Just playing Commander and kind of come one, come all, that kind of thing. Also, random dude showed up who is like, hey, you guys want to play Judge Tower? He had his own custom Judge Tower. Never met the man in my life. Don't know who he is. He didn't know who I was. And I'm like, hell yeah. So I got to play, 3 or 4 rounds of Judge Tower, a custom Judge Tower with extra tricky shit in it. It was sick. Judge Tower is a great thing to do for humility. If you feel in Magic that you're on a little too high of a horse, just play Judge Tower a few times. Get knocked down a peg. Oh yeah, we got games in with Poorhammer crew as well. They showed up and went to dinner twice. The Poorhammer dudes. We went to the sausage lund and somewhere else with them. Because you're hoodieing this, did you the genuine, real, and true scientific American article that a group of researchers got doomed to run on a petri dish of brain cells? Yeah, I saw that. I no longer check the authenticity of such reports. I simply believe them. Because you can get doomed to run on anything. But if they did that somehow, first of all, it doesn't quite make sense, but based. Yeah, Poorhammer was Carson's and Vanguard. That's right. Just got here, got any AOS models yet? No, we're just setting the scene at the very beginning. We're on Tuesday. The con hasn't even technically started yet. So we're just going to game stores, playing Magic, stuff like that, going out for big dinners. When the Carsons, Carsons is the steak place that last year we walked into on like a, I don't know, it was a Tuesday night. Just walked in, no line, looked at the menu, $60 steaks on the menu, and they let us in with a Doom hoodie and SJ Arcade and basketball shorts and a backpack, and they're just like, oh, step right up. Right this way. And we had the wings they have there are like a kind of a lemony baked wing, and they are Kino. They are peak. They got soul. I mean, the rest of the food is good too, but if it's too expensive for your liking, just order 2 sets of wings and you'll actually eat like a king, and it's fine. They knew they were getting a good tip. They're used to Gen Con, even though Gen Con doesn't happen anymore, but they're used to the influx of people for giant conventions. And there's a gamer type. And if you're here for Magic the Gathering or you're here for Warhammer 40K or whatever, there's one thing true about gamers. They got spending cash, and they will spend it on big meat when they go to a convention. And Dr. Ruler took this picture. Why did you take this picture? You should have been in it. Should have had a non-flat take the picture somehow. Big. Ran into, the Dovescape in the wild. I'll tell that story. Awesome. Saw you Thursday with my butcher. Glad I didn't miss it. Butcher. Oh, yeah. I took that picture. Dude, the Midwest usually has a lot of ogres. I saw 2 ogre armies in the entire room. The stocks. Somebody has to keep the flame alive. I appreciated it. It was nice to see. You've broken the camera. Oh, okay. The butcher. Awesome. All happy to catch you live. You're posting more stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we've been in hibernation, not true hibernation. We've been in quasi hibernation content wise. Because I'm not feeling AOS, and if I'm not feeling AOS, I don't want to sell it to people, which is what making content for it is at the end of the day. It's propaganda. Every army, the individual army videos that I spent a lot of time on, I structure them as propaganda. And I kind of don't want to do that if I don't think the game's any good right now. So I'm just doing other stuff that's way less popular, like playing Diablo 2. But we're just, hey, we're biding our time. Ormandius thinks he's a tier 1, 24. Hey, that dude's me. He's right there. The wife was at a painting class at that time, if I believe. D2 streams put me to sleep. Compliment, yeah. Friend of yours used to manage a ramen place near downtown major city. Every year when the anime con came around, he was so miserable. Well, anime cons are different. I'm an ostrich. Notice I very specifically said gaming convention. Tabletop gaming, wargaming, Magic the Gathering convention, but not tournament. Magic tournament, you get the stingiest people ever. Big convention for gaming that Magic players happen to be at. That's more like it. Big tips. Anime convention, stereotypically, everyone is just about destitute. Yeah, she was at a painting class. Maybe this is a stupid question, says Piotr Jeski. But are there any fun Warhammer armies that don't cost insane money? Asked around and people spend like 800 to 1,000. You don't think I will ever afford that. Warhammer is simply a crazy expensive game. It's just really expensive. Their target audience is 35-year-old upper middle class white dads with tons of money, loads of dash. Age of Sigmar typically isn't quite 800. I think that's a bit high for an Age of Sigmar army, but it's not that far off. There are ways to do it cheaper. You can get STLs and print your own out. You can find deals and discounts. You can illicitly acquire the models and various things like that. Buying them secondhand from other people means you get them at fully half off, straight up, or less. But suffice it to say, it's an expensive game. Now, Magic is much more expensive, but that's sort of like saying a 300-pound guy is faster than a 600-pound guy. Like, yeah, but it still ain't cheap. This picture confirms for record that this is the most flats and most Huskards in one room at one time. Yeah, considering another flat was taking the picture. 1,000 full hours of Magic, a draft, and 25 minutes straight of blasting hot farts. Completely nonstop. No rest. Listening to Vince announce his new game. So talking big meat. Hope you enjoyed the Horus Heresy Karanite Ogrins. Any chance we see some more 30K stuff? I will look at 30K models and say that they look really cool because I think that they do. On average, I like 30K models more than 40K. I think they have more character. They're more interesting. I'm just not trying to play either of those games. That's all. But I'm observing from afar, and when something is cool, I say it's cool, and that's about it. When you were a teenager, you collected 40K, you spent all your resources for about a year, learned to paint, finally got one nice Space Marine, and realized this is going to be my whole life if I continued. Sometimes you can see all the way to the horizon. Turned him into a Christmas tree ornament to remind me not to do that. It's a fine Christmas tree ornament. 30k tanks are cooler. Unbelievably correct. I actually don't like 40k tanks. They're hella boring. Some of the 30k ones are quite cool. Meth has the same high as Warhammer, but costs half the price. I'll give you something my acting teacher told me years ago. I've done heroin, I've done coke, I've done meth, but there is no drug like applause. Also, don't don't do that. Please clap. And then yeah, he said please clap after that. I'm kidding. Every time I see a picture of HeyWoah, you're always surprised he's not like 5 or 6 inches taller. You don't know why. I mean, it's two things fighting against each other, right? Because probably from my voice on a microphone, I sound huge. And that's right, but it's wide huge, not exactly Giga Chad huge, right? But also, conversely, when you meet some actor or something like person you only watch on a screen, the stereotype is you see them in real life and you're like, I thought they'd be taller, you know? And a lot of actors are really short. But the time where it wasn't true is when I met Vince in real life. I thought Vince would be pretty short, 5'5" maybe. He's like 6'2". He's not like jacked or anything, but Vince is big. Vince is like a Helsing character. He's just really tall, and I wasn't prepared for it. Well, he's not really tall, but he's really tall compared to, in my head, what I thought he would be. Rude Bones, thanks a big prime. Appreciate it. Thanks for liking my stuff. Kojima style wide hugeman. Wide beltman. Yeah, it's truly the meeting of the BS. First time chatter, Rude Bones, someone who only cares about the painting side of Warhammer. I hard agree on your statement about the Horus Heresy models versus 40k. I mean, it's all everybody's opinion, right? But that's mine, and I can't help but agree with yours. Yeah, they're just a lot more interesting, and they have more character, more not personality. Maybe it's not really personality on account of the posing and stuff. But I guess I just mean the architecture of them, the look and feel of their clothing and equipment and stuff. I guess soul. Yeah, we'll say soul with the V. Do the soul meme. Even their robots and tanks and stuff. 40k hits it every once in a while. Belisarius' call is so excellent, you know. I remember when the Nurgle Primarch guy with the moth wings came out, you know, at that time we're like, oh, this is so... Every once in a while 40k hits those highs, but like all of their vehicles are either boring, like tanks, or they look like Kingdom Hearts gummy ships, like the Space Marine Flyers. They're just awful. Looks like a Lego vehicle. Don't much care for the robots either. Yeah, Mortarion, that's the guy. The new Bike Orc Lord they showed off is pretty good. It's a good sculpt, sir. I don't like it. It's a good sculpt. Sculpted very well. I can see what they were going for, and they did it. They accomplished exactly what they were going for. I don't like what they were going for. But my opinion doesn't matter at all. Because not only do I not play 40k, but I don't play orcs. I just don't like the orc aesthetic in any way in 40k, I don't think. The Gazranka guy, the huge dude with the steer horns from a Cadillac DeVille on his forehead with like a quad chain gun, that guy looks sick. If that's what all the orcs look like, I would really like it. But instead, it's like Street Shark shit and stuff made out of garbage, but not cool garbage like Mad Max. It's like sleek garbage. Don't like it. But again, opinions. Swolled Harrian. Yeah, we'll get to the Cogforts and stuff eventually. Don't worry about it. He's kind of small actually in person. Oh, it's too bad. Yeah, Cogforts were a nice reveal. The reveal show itself, you saw it, perhaps. You saw that online. It was a shit show, but that's kind of to be expected and sort of entertaining. This is it live. I didn't take this picture, SGRK did, because Wednesday I drove home so I could stream the reaction to the reveal show live. And for something like 30% of the entire show, we were staring at the collapsed face, hand forehead guy on Twitch that means the broadcast has disconnected, as the 40k chat is just spamming by saying it's insane how ass this broadcast is. As I played Pika-Me karaoke singing Tragedy by Zed. And it was a great time. Look, I like a good reveal show, but I really like a train wreck. Either way, it's good. So actually, it kind of worked out perfectly. Pika-Me greater than GW Chucklefucks. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put any blame on Adam Troke and the other guy, Eddie Ecclestein or whatever, because they're just the guys in front of the mic. It was the team behind them that fucked up hugely. They were treading water, trying to fill dead air up there. Wouldn't wish it on anyone. However, $6 billion company. There are companies that do live shows, like that's the company, and they do it professionally. You can hire them. They should hire them. We have such companies in Milwaukee. I feel like they should have done that. In future, they should do that. Because ultimately, it was sort of an embarrassing black eye on Games Workshop for anyone who wasn't prepared to see that because they saw it last time. I guess sort of get your shit together. Tori K7, thanks to tier 1 for 64 months. Great to get in a game of Magic with you on Saturday night. Hell yeah. You were the one with Xyrix the Rixing Strix, if I recall, to my direct right, who said they liked the Magic video that I tried to be helpful on. And you got brutally land screwed essentially twice in a row, and that's it. Or you were with Gwen. Okay. I misremembered. That was after those games on Saturday night. Because I was going to leave, and then I didn't leave because someone else is like, hey, we haven't played Magic with you yet. You want to stay? And I'm like, well, it's 2 a.m. Sure. Okay, you were the Spoderman with flying. With a neat little exile stuff and cast it kind of Jeskai deck that I thought was pretty neat. And the other two players in the game died pretty early on for some reason, and we just stared at each other for the next 7 turns, trying to clear the way. and then you forced me to terror my own creature, and then exile my own other creature so you wouldn't write a replication, copied, kickered both of them, and make 10 copies of it and win the game. And so some of you may die, but it's a price I'm willing it's a price I'm willing to pay. And so I had to kill most of my own guys so I could kill these Shivan dragons. That was a fun game. Well, that was Jacoby. Okay. I'm bad with names. I'm okay with like names people give themselves on the internet, but I'm really bad with normal names. It's just a character flaw. It was you with the poorly pirated Zyrus. Hey, if it's any consolation, Jacoby, when I was playing with Vince, and I believe it was the first of 2 games that I played with Tori and some other people. Vince is like, well, I got a 2-land hand. I think I can make it work because everything in my hand costs 3. And I'm like, you need to mulligan that hand. Because it's not about just drawing the 3rd land. You have to draw like 3 land in a row. And the chances of that, the average deck is like not even close to 50% land. You're actually a dog to draw out of that situation. And he's like, I'll try it. And then he had 2 land for 7 turns and didn't participate in the game at all. So Vince Venturella fell into the same trap that you did, is my point, Jacoby. Mulligan decisions are pretty important. If I ever do a follow-up video to the introduction to Commander, how to build a Commander deck thing, I'm going to put a little mulligan decision section in there and be like, 3-land keep isn't just an old guy boomer thing. There is a method to the madness, and how to not keep bad hands. Part of the reason I hammered home in that video so much about playing 40 lands, or maybe 38 if you're going to drop a few, is so that you can make better opening hand decisions. You have the opportunity to do that. If you have 40 lands in your deck, you're more likely to draw yourself out of a poor keep. Or you can be pickier about how good your hand is, because you know you'll at least get 3 lands in there every other time. You know, in 1v1, it's way more important what's in your hand, you know, in 1v1. With 4 people at the table, unless you're playing CEDH, you're really just looking for playable lands. If you have 5 lands in your opener, that's actually a great commander hand. 4 lands is fine, 3 lands is fine. I would never play with 2. You just want to make your land drops over and over. If your start is if you stumble on your opener, but you're at least making land drops every turn, the things everybody else is, there's 3 other players at the table. Somebody plays a commander turn 3 that everybody else is like, oh, that's kill on sight. They're going to be distracted. You got time. You have time to submarine a little bit. Now you might be taking some hits from people that are trying to trigger their sort of feast and famine here and there, but you know, you're just kind of waiting the top deck your draw engines and stuff. In 1v1, that's not the case, but in Commander, it's better to just you have the opportunity to lay low for a little while. "40 lands, you play elves, you need 28 lands, and you're already drawing your deck turn 6. Yeah, that's why the rules are general. They're generalized. If your deck has 18 1-mana elves that tap for mana, and then another 7 2-mana elves that tap for mana, and you have Crop Rotation and Gaia's Cradle, it could be the case you don't need that many lands. You know, it's all about mana curve and all sorts of other stuff. But in general, I found new player advice. Keep it to 40, drop to 38 if you need to. And if you're doing something weird enough that breaks the rules, then you're probably experienced enough to know what to do about it. Ostensibly. Is there a reason Commander has 100 cards when the other two main formats are 40 and 60? Wouldn't 80 be the logical jump? No, because this is sort of like the why is a foot 12 inches? Shouldn't it be 10 inches? Because that's easier to do mental math, you know? And so if you're thinking about it from a modern perspective, you're like, well, you know, a foot should be 10 inches because you can do math in your head easier, right? Why is it 12? But you don't know, okay, go back in time. 12 is divisible by 2 very easily. It goes to 6. Divisible by 3 very easily. It goes to 4. Right? And you can even split it into 3s. So it's quickly divisible into chunks in more ways than 10 is. Like 10 goes to 5s and then it's 2.5s already, which is a little awkward. That's kind of the same thing for the 100 cards. Long ago, when Commander was getting thought up, there were already big deck things. There were big deck ways to play. Rainbow Stairwell and 100 card singleton form. There were singleton formats. There are 100 because there's 5 colors in Magic and you can divide it. And a lot of the early giant deck formats forced you to play a certain percentage of every color. And so it's just very easily divisible by 5, which is the number of colors in Magic. And it was grandfathered in from things before EDH that also had 100 cards. You got to drop Craterhoof with 50 snakes in a game with the boys on our AOS team on Friday. Fun out of 10. That's a lot of damage. It would be great if it's anything like the deck building video. It would be the same format. Maybe I would use a different Windows 95 screensaver in the background, but it would just be, you know, Ogre Sandwich Man reading from a script, putting card images up, and just you know, monotone explaining things and trying to give reasoning for why I have my little rules, which inevitably makes the video long, but that's fine. They should add a 6th color to Magic to mix it up. They kind of did, and it's colorless. For a while, colorless just meant anyone could use it, and they were called artifacts, but around the time that Eldrazi came out, they decided to, here and there, start putting actual colorless, like requiring colorless mana. And that's the pseudo 6th color, I guess, if you want to consider it that way. It's very small, but it's a thing. Historically speaking, whenever they talked about a 6th color in Magic, I think Mark Rosewater always said purple, just as a conversation thing. Oh, and just like in Conflux, just like at the convention, the trick worked. I'm not sick. I didn't get the flu. I didn't get the grunge, the con crud. Didn't get it. Why? Because I wash my hands 14 times a day. Don't touch railings, don't touch doorknobs, don't touch escalator things, especially. Wash your hands before and after every time you use the restroom. Every 1 or 2 Commander games, you got your hands on play mats and stuff. Wash the hands. The no crud. Be right back. Right, I'm back. As far as wearing a mask, you don't have to. It doesn't do anything. Wearing a mask protects other people from your spittle. Doesn't protect you from other people's spittle, really. It's more of a courtesy for others sort of thing. And then if everyone's wearing them, like in Japan or China, then you have it really makes a dent in yearly communicables. But if everyone isn't doing it, then fuck it. And it's more of a helping other people than yourself sort of thing. Absolute spill gaming. Isn't Phyrexian a pseudotype of mana? It is a pseudotype of mana. It's not a different color. It's just a type. It's like a hybrid mana. It's a different way to pay, but it's not distinct. It doesn't have a color philosophy really. It adheres to whatever its normal color is. It's just an alternative cost, essentially. You wear a mask on the subway, only way to dodge the flu. It's something. I think in relative terms, wearing a mask gives you probably a +1 save on a D20. Like, it's not a lot, but it's something. You might as well boost your save. But then other people around you get a +2 or 3 to their save from your spittle. So it's like more effective for other people if you're wearing a mask. Oh, yes, color philosophy. Yeah, like blue vigilance. Or red has to suck. Yeah, Monk. Energy was... If there's anything like that, energy would be it. From Kaladesh. Didn't much care for it. But eventually there'll be enough energy stuff so that you could possibly make a cool commander deck out of it. Not quite yet, I don't think. But there is enough already to make cool 1v1 decks out of, and I did. If it happens to Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm certain it happens in more competitive Magic. You'll have a deck upper size limit. Because you just win with enough reshuffle out of the clock. No. And Magic is based for that. Freedom. Oh, Lord, freedom. Okay. In fact, there's a particular card named Battle of Wits. This is an enchantment. Blue enchantment for 5. At the beginning of your upkeep, if your library has more than 200 cards in it, you win the game. And so there are Battle of Wits decks that people make, usually with 244, 250-ish cards. I can't remember the number that people use. And this is awesome. Now, Commander is strict. It's got to be 100, well, 99 in the main deck, plus Commander. No more, no less. They're strict. But all the other formats are loose. It's just a minimum. If you're drafting, you can play 45 if you want. You can play 100 if you want. In 60-card formats, you can play 60, 61, 100, 200, 250. There is a note in the comprehensive rules that you must be able to shuffle your own deck without help and in a timely manner. If you have a disability where you have no hands, you are allowed a helper to shuffle cards and hold them for you. That's not talking about that. It's just a timely manner thing. So, thanks to bits. Can I get a quick scroll up on the Duredian Worm combo? Oh, what's that? What's up, Latino Hot? Good games. I'm not seeing the combo. Oh, did get a Commander game and recently got to try out Duredi with some copying artifacts. Wormclaw Engine was the ace. Oh, yeah. Duredi's good. Duredi has a draw discard. I can't remember if it's a rummage or a loot. It might be a rummage on him. Getting artifacts into the graveyard and then swapping places with stuff in play. Wormclaw Engine is a staple of such a thing. It's good shit. Good card. It leaves behind 2 guys when it dies, so you end up being up when they're hot swapping places with your Goblin Tinkerer or whatever. Trash for treasure, Duretti abilities. The 12-foot Yu-Gi-Oh deck story comes to mind with that rule. Yeah, I mean, I don't know when we wrote that rule into the comprehensive for Magic. It was a long time ago. Probably pretty soon because it's like the first thing you think of. I'll just be shuffling for so long, I'll waste a lot of time, and that's just it's like the definition of planned, premeditated slow play, you know? You can't have that. Get out. Get oot. Checking my notes, and by notes I mean SJ's messages. Yeah, Wednesday reveal show, talked about that, and a bunch of Magic the Gathering. People have some pictures, which I'm gonna get. Got some big breakfast. Got some big breakfast in the chat. The Bomb Lady, of course. Some Bench Crusade action. This is the location of the Conflux room. Open to below. Jesus. Creature Caster. I would recognize that shit anywhere. Creature Caster is wild. I don't know if I like them. They put forth 110% effort on details. But when you're painting a model, I feel that as a model designer, you ought to leave some room for the painter to show their creativity. And all the Creature Caster stuff is so dense with detail that it's almost like it doesn't trust you to paint it properly. Now, that being said, I appreciate the absolute excess. It's almost like the Slanesh Model Company. You know, it's an acquired taste, I guess. Oh, Magic Gaming. Oh, what do we have here? Person from an anime convention, lost, looking around. Oh, zooming in. Oh, he was snooping on what's in the hand. Command tower detected. Vince with a shadow spear over there. Good card. This board state. Arbor Elf Forest. Strong beginning. That's a turn 2/6 over there. Hey, Arbor Elf. That'd be good in 6. Yeah, there's there's solid Vince and liquid Vince over there, who's a nice guy. I don't know his name, but I've met him before, and he's fun to play Magic the Gathering with. Kind of like him. Yeah, let's check the fit here. Looking impossibly big. Got the Diablo 2 t-shirt, best game ever, and just the corner of the amazing Captain Plebit, the Plibby hat. Yeah, truly this is what was happening. Punished Vince. There's a huge problem, especially among STL designers. Their subscription services selling impressive renders that aren't always practical models. Yeah. But if you're just kind of painting by numbers, it's probably fine. Amazing lunch. Oh, big luncher. Damn, this looks kind of good. Oh, what are these? Artichokes? Brussels sprouts? The violence of cheese in Milwaukee. Mince meatarella. Yeah, the amazing Captain Bigot. We got to stop saying that because she's not. She's not that based. This was at the Swinging Door Exchange, which is a good restaurant. Charred vermouth carrots. Yeah, she got better. We know GW for their details, but sometimes what sells their models is the restraint they show. Yeah, actually. The Common Space Marine. Even their knights and stuff. They give you giant, for their knights, they give you giant umbrellas all over the place. Smooth, clear, open surfaces. Huge amounts of it. And they're just like, all right, painters, show us what you got, you know? Some other company would put like a crazy dense amount of technology all over that thing, and you just kind of like have to paint by numbers it. But they're like, no, we trust you. Here's a bunch of open space, do whatever. Charred Brussels sprouts, delish. The duality of man. Here we have CJU Busta with an excellent playmat, the Neon Dynasty Demonic Tuda. Great choice. Saskia, the Babe Ruth, lands carelessly tossed to the side. One proper, the others, well, graveyard, looking haggard. A sort of Feast and Famine, which is a great card, by the way, and a Demonic Tutor underneath that, I think. The Duality of Man, and then and then HeyWoah Board State on the same turn. Hey, that would go good in 6. Got a pile of forests here. The entire graveyard spread out so that everyone can see it as we're retracing everything. Oh, the Dark All-Star detected? Dude, it's peak. We got the One Ring, Concordant Crossroads, Legends Gamer. Oh, shit. Anyway. Good meme. Correct forest art choice. If you got to choose one forest, I like the Onslaught Wiggly forest. The Slimer forests from Urza's are also good. The Green Pine of Invasion is pretty good. There's a bunch of good forests. This is one of the ones I like, and so I went for it. It's a nice shade of green, sir. Is that a drop of honey? No, it's not a drop of honey. That's a Concordant Crossroads. All creatures gain haste. You're in green, so you got to do what you got to do on the turn you try to win to swing a Rooney. And some more gaming over here. In mid attack. Just about to turn the boy sideways. Coming in. Plib. Vince with a... Oh, what is that? That's the 7 mana... The 7 mana cycle from, what is it, M11 or M10? I think M11, M12. Where it enters and threatens everybody else's creatures. You get them temporarily, swing with them. Good card. And fun. Portal Second Age, Quentin Hoover Forests. Yeah, those are good too. There's a lot of good forest ideas. CJ taking pictures of Golden Demon stuff. Shall we just go through? I didn't do it. I didn't take pictures of them. I figured somebody else would and they would post them, and so I'd just go through all of them. I'll do it at the end because we're kind of magic brained right now. You amused by the normality of sleeves to protect your playing cards while playing with them? Yeah. Typically, the ones with pictures and shit on them are really bad sleeves that don't shuffle well. It's the nature of the beast. I'm sure there's some that are good somewhere, but usually if you have like art on your sleeves, the quality of the sleeve sucks. I'll go over all these later, but I will go over them. And yeah, Vince V cosplayer. Ooh. Delicious Su Chi. Unagi detected. Excellent choice, sir. Oh, and ramen. That's one thing we didn't have. I didn't get to have ramen, which has previously been an Adepticon tradition, and we'll have to fix that next year. But we're just testing places out, seeing if they're good, and if they're good enough, we'll make it a thing, you know. Were you there for Vince and Uncle Adam revealing their new game? Yeah, we were invited. Didn't even have to get a ticket. I will talk about that when we get to Friday, because I got a lot to say. Oh, this was Odd Duck. Odd Duck was the most expensive place we went to, but not even close to the best. The breakfast was better. It was $7 for this nice plate. It was just like the epitome of the stereotype of the expensive restaurant, where the portions are very small. The food actually isn't even that good. It's made out of cheap cuts, and they try to doll them up with a lot of flair, you know? But ultimately, it's just really expensive for not great food. It was just the classic pitfall. I like some expensive food, don't get me wrong, but it better be good. Oh, and we're pondering the ketchup ponderer. Look at this. Look at this. Look at his face. Hi there, Gubs. And you, if only you knew how bad things really were. This guy. Yeah, we zoomed in. Perfect. Dude, this is Adam Troke talking about 4th edition AOS. My face playing 4th edition AOS, looking at the battle tomes that came out in the first year. Playing one-handed because the armor doesn't allow him to do the rest. Suffering for your art, confirmed. The big fist on the backpack, looking sweet. Dude, it's got hair. Let's go. The air metal. Game 5 Sunday. Oh, they were playing the Masters tournament? Yeah, they were probably hella gassed, and they looked like it. Taking pictures of 40K stuff.
You son of a bitch.
Look at this pour. Dylan. You son of a bitch. Shorty Paint Studios. Thanks for the big raid of 7. I saw you painting slightly before I started my Adepticon recap stream. This was quite the display board with the octopus above and below the water. Notifications are double playing. Okay, I think if I click this button, I just clicked an button, and I think they won't double play anymore. So whenever the next notification happens, we'll see if it double plays. Look at this thing. Devour Hour. Oh, just working on a display board for my AOS army. No big deal. The Whalers. Yo, it's just like Avatar, the second one, the bad one. Yeah, Trunzo's board, as always. Look at this. Positively over the top. Sometimes you see a display board that demands to win, and you can't say no to it. It just keeps going. There's more. There's more? Huge shout out to everyone who attended AOS teams. Great to have you all there. Loved what Trenzo and Brendan brought this year. Oh, yeah. They're holding down the fort. So sick. The green flurry. Sorry, sir. The flurry machine is broken. Get absolutely Nickelodeoned. And this is the whole thing from afar. Behold. Giant display boards do lean on the spectacle side and not necessarily the fine details side. And yeah, the 10-foot rule matters way more than the 1-foot rule. That is also true. Part of the consideration probably is travel. Like, you just can't travel with a board like this without something shaking off or going wrong. You need more structure in there than you might think. Holy shit. Dude, all the dudes with houses? That's so cool. Oh, and even the little ones have tiny houses. Yeah. The big dirty with the big, and then the full loon shrine on the back with all the duders in there. The way things work book. Anyway, go. Take your turn. That's a proper cog fight. Cool. Little Chinese. Yeah, this one's like a 10-foot rule. Cool. All right. The Crimson Fists endure. The Explodos. Reminds me of that children's toy castle thing. A big shooter. Diorama. Oh, just eating some brekkie, some more breakfast. These are the Dyson Sphere turkey dinners. It's an entire turkey dinner in a sphere and then deep fried. You get 3 of them in the shape of the Nurgle fly. Pondering the Dyson sphere. And we got the picture of all of the flats there. Exciting whites, premium crackers. Ah, yes. And now, do we get to it? Maybe we don't get to it. There's more still. More Magique the Gathering. Oh, Grave Titan Detected. 2011 All-Star. God damn, it's so peak. It's a lot of open drinks, a lot of open beverages around Magic cards. Caution. With Doomwake Giant. Enchantress Detected. All right, let me yeah, Thursday was Magic and Odd Duck Trash. Got that already. Friday, Magic the Gathering. And Vince Q&A. Somebody posted, what was the name of it? Grave Titan Goated. Lots of soda, no water. The soda. Hardest part about playing in tournaments was missing Big Brekkie and Big Din. Yeah. One year you'll make yourself out that, hey, stop on by. Especially if you like Magic. Because we basically play Magic the whole time, I'm not going to lie. Grave Titan in this year of our Lord 2026. Wowie. Yeah, I like playing old cards too. I'm a certified old ass card enjoyer, but Grave Titan sucks. It's not mean to say it either, because whoever's playing Grave Titan knows it sucks, but it's cool, so fuck you. Like, that's a fine attitude to have about Commander if you're into it, you know? Yet more Magic pictures. I think it's time. It's probably time to talk about the Vince show. Let's see. My own pictures of the Vince event. We'll go with this one because you can see repent with an exclamation point. Snarling Badger, I think, is the name of their game company. Vince and Uncle Adam. Brand new game, Repent Ye Foolish Gods. And then I'll go to this one because this one has art. This one has art. The art's good. They hired one of those artists, you know, which is pretty nice. And I'm no longer under NDA, so I was brought on to help playtest for Repent Ye Foolish Gods. And I pulled in some of the mods. Meal Team 6 is our secret name for playtesting. And we gave it a solid 2 weeks, maybe 3, plus or minus, depending on the person. And submitted a whole bunch of feedback to Vince. And I feel shaped the game a lot. It changed a lot on account of stuff. It was a very interesting, fun experience, and I could get into the weeds on it later. In a video, which is already half done, and another video, where I'm doing like a tier list of stuff in Repent Ye Foolish Gods. You know, Repent Ye Foolish Gods is a game, and it's a game I've played. And so what do I do when I play a game? I make a video about the tier list about it, right? So anyway, or maybe a new player helping guide or something like that. Even though the videos are half done, they won't be out very soon because I'm literally moving tomorrow over the course of the next few days. So I'll be out of action. But expect those sometime this presidency. What's the elevator pitch? Asks Femonk. Model agnostic skirmish war game. Lending very much inspired by 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons, Diablo, and Dynasty Warriors. You play a little party of adventurers, bastards, cursed, crushed under the heel of the dark gods. And you go through a character creator that's very similar to early D&D, a little Diablo in there, random loot, random magic items with random names and random affixes, fighting a little bit Dynasty Warriors style against kind of a shitload of dark evil knight guys and their wiggly wizards and stuff and priests. Eventually, giant serpents and beasts. Eventually, the champion himself of the dark gods in a WoW kind of boss fight arena scenario. And then eventually challenge the god personally. You choose your god at the start. And it's not the god you worship, it's the god you intend on killing. And so you build your characters and plan your progression, building towards killing that specific god, encountering their specific effects. And then you fight the god himself in a giant arena thing. You are not the good guys. They're just worse. It is a co-op game. It's you and a friend against the Dark Tides. Co-op. It's actually quite fun. List building is fun. That's like the first thing you need in any game almost, any RPG almost. Basically the first thing as a customer I'm looking for is the list building fun? Is character creation fun? If it's not, literally your game sucks. And Repent is good. It gets that one at least. It's like a campaign style thing, Mordheim style thing. You run a bunch of missions, and in between you resurrect people and outfit stuff and roll on treasure tables and stuff. It's pretty fun. It's not something I'd really done before because I never did campaign stuff, never played Mordheim. Even Trench Crusade, I just did player versus player, never did a campaign. Never really interested me. But it's pretty neat. And anyway, I'm going to make a video or two about it. Seems good. If it sounds neat, go buy it. Plus, we got a thing on TTS for people to play it. Mordheim, aka the new upcoming Spearhead Sigmar session. This is sort of why I don't like Spearhead personally. I think it's good for the game that it exists. But Spearhead fails the first test of almost any game for me. Is list building fun? Well, there is no list building. Oh. Then I'm sorry, sir. Your game sucks. Is list building fun in Magic? Almost more fun than the game itself. Is list building fun in Rifts? Hell yeah. Etc., etc. Is list building fun in 2nd edition AOS? Yes. Is it fun in 4th? No. There it is. Is the game out yet? I believe it officially starts shipping soon. Parenthetical TM. I don't have the things to post the link to right now, but on my videos I will. So there's that. And I'll do a whole thing on it. Pretty cool. And it was a neat experience. It was neat to be a part of that. I'd never been a playtester really for anything before. I mean, I've been a beta tester for video games before, but that's very different. But I found it exactly the same as what I do anyway. Like, what do I do, me? I play Diablo 4, and then I critique it mechanically in a video. I play Age of Sigmar, and I critique it mechanically and talk about tier lists and rules changes and balance, and this rule shouldn't work like this, or this one should work like that, or this thing should get buffed or nerfed, or this is fun, this isn't fun. I just do that. I just do that anyway. And so playtesting is the exact same thing, except instead of make a video, release it to the world, all the comments are like, oh, we agree or we don't agree, and then nothing changes and it's even worse next time. I got to talk to the guy making the game, and he's like, no, yeah, that makes sense. We'll change that. Or, yeah, okay. What about this as a solution to that problem? And then he just, like, fixed it. It's not like all my suggestions were taken. I'm not trying to say that. It's just like, hey, this class sucks. I would never play it. And the reasons why is this. And potential suggestions to go in different directions is maybe this, maybe this, maybe this. Okay, well, I'll think about that. All right, what about this? All right, let's try it. Oh, actually, that's a good solution. I didn't think of that. And it works. It was wild talking to someone who was making a game who you really got the impression they wanted the game to be better. That was an alien feeling, but it was nice. Yeah, represent ye foolish gods. So pretty cool. Back to Breckies. This is the face of men who have been playing Magic the Gathering for upwards of 10 hours a day. Day 6. Oh. But they're powering through it because the game is fun. It's just the body is willing, but these are the souls of ancient warriors. Muadank, best brute. Best brute. All right, everyone turn your head 90 degrees to the right. Everyone gets taco neck. This is pretty good hardware for Adepticon. This is kind of nice. Kind of nice belt they give out. HeyWoah. And this is what they won with. Jesus. How did Nitwit like you get so tasteful? Look at how big he is in his fucking arm. That's sick. The crane dude. Unsheathing the katana. Dude, this is kind of nice. Nice hardware. Dude, and they're big. Yo, nice army. The Spoder. With Dank representing. That's indeed him. Cho in the Buddha statue. Oh, I didn't notice the bird heads on him. No, his stuff is the red and blue stuff. He did an excellent study in lighting. Oh, okay, it's not this. This is his conquest army, but also his thing that won is the different stuff. Okay. Oh, very nice. Oh, more Magic being played. This was the game where Vince kept a 2-lander, and for the first 17 turns of the game had 2 land, and he finally drew his 3rd last turn. But the game had progressed a little too far at that point. Hey, remember when I was trying to build 6, and I'm like, I'm going to build a bracket 2? And then I built a no game changer 6 deck and played it one time, and I'm like, this is not a bracket 2. Well, hey, all right. It's not. I didn't take any 40K pictures. Ormandius did, so we'll check them out. Got the concert up here. The speaklers. A tale of 2 board states, yeah. And really a tale of 2 opening hands. Oh, the slime girl. Man, they got everybody in here. This is fun. What a fun. And it's all on the pointed star. Disciples of Metal. AI art detected. But look at all the real work they did. The drawbridge over the slime. This reminds me in Act 3, PoE 2, where you gotta hit the thing to make the slime go down in the aqueducts. A lot of spray on lighting here. Drawbridge, dude, look at this. Nice peaks. The light going through it with the eyes. Hey, nice board. A K-pop tournament. Let's go. It's the demon people. Particularly impressive is this scaffolding back here with the lights. That's looking really good, actually. And then the bobbly boops here with the thing in the background. Good shit. This is on the back side. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff underneath, of course. Sure. Purple goop. So Moodank, somebody said that yours was the blue and red. Is this his here? Blue red? Or is his the blue and orange? The DVD cover. Because this is looking nice. Right here. This is looking excellent. Very good lighting. And a good choice of colors. I don't say that as a joke, actually, because everybody knows the blue and orange thing, so it's kind of become old hat by now. And shifting it to a deeper red and a recessive blue with black everywhere is looking nice. Very cool. Very striking as well, and it's probably going to stand out, and did. The hardware earner. That's sick. And a little pastry. Oh, earned my painting trophy. Let me get a little pastry treat as a treat. More confluxing. Raid pictures. The hall. What is this? Plot? Blot? I don't recognize this. We got the Crusader. Some patches. Citadel Finecast. Oh, Blackout. Okay. Blackout. UN Raid Force. United Nations Raid Force. Interesting. I don't know anything about the game. New Glarus. Red Letter Media. Mike's DeClassa. Played on 40 screens. What is this? Budget 26 million, worldwide box office 200K. Big oof. Oh, and a plug-in fireplace. Let's go. And there's the nice sub. Nice sub. Multi-level terraining. Airbnb Trench Crusade. I see. There's some Conquest T-Lac you saw there for a second. Yeah, there's some Conquest up here that Muadank and some others were getting into. He won a painting trophy for this, which do be looking pretty good. Raid got his ass blasted by superglue fumes building that. Near future skirmish in a distant planet. Think Chappie Tech and small mechs. Oh, cool. Okay. Chappie Tech. So, not quite Ghost in a Shell, but farther along than Johnny Number 5. More breakfast. I've seen these. And I think it's almost time to go through all the golden demands. Oh, nice. Coffee, Milwaukee. Kohi. Okay, where was the comment? It was Ormandius that said it, and it was a good one. Oh, okay. HeyWoah with hat. HeyWoah the VTuber. HeyWoah minus hat. Graphic novel writer meeting fans at Comic-Con. Graphic novel writer meeting fans at Comic-Con and kind of hating them. But put the hat on, suddenly I'm a VTuber. Also, this is two old men talking about the shittiest, oldest Magic cards you've ever heard of in your life. Hell yeah. A meeting of the minds. Cave people. Vince distracting his prey. All right, it's time to scroll all the way up to the. I think I saw the first ones were probably the better ones. We got to do all the golden demands, right? We got to go through those. I think CJ dutifully posted all them's. Yeah, here we go. See the hobby channel for Teams board if you like. I will, and others should as well. Oh, before we get to that though, I walked around the AOS champs to take pictures of random people's armies, as always, because all the pictures you ever see are so good, but they're like 1% of people. Sometimes it makes people think that they suck at painting, and they do. But what they fail to realize is everybody sucks at painting. And only a few people are good, and those people that are good are looking at Sergio and stuff and being like, God, I suck too, you know. So anyway, this is a cool little neon pigger here. The neon pig dynasty with the neat little stuff on the bases there. I just thought that was kind of neat. Some hashish. Did all the runes as well. Good work. Sumerian looking. Lightoning. These, oh, I didn't get a better picture, unfortunately, but these were very nice. These are very good. Look at how, I don't know, there's just so many little different colors everywhere. It's not mono. It was kind of refreshing to see something kind of jumbled like this in a good way. And painted well besides. Good shit. The storm chased. Look at this dude. Look at this fucking sword he made. It's not what it looks like. I think this is a custom one. The absolute mensch hammer. Martin Orlando, good painter, Alpha Man. Even made the floor look dusty. Thinking. World building. Any detailers in the chat? Hey, you get good at what you try to get good at for a long time. Looking stellar. Just a big dude. A lot of big dudes. I saw a lot of Corn. I want to play the big guys. Yeah, the water was sick too. Impressive base work. Really like the look of it. The slime, marsh, lichen, rock stuff all over the place. Looking good. And then green guys. Crypt honkers. Flan-ish. Going full peacock. Classy alternative default color scheme. Milky whites, deep purples. Good 10-foot rule. Of course, the double quarter pounder. Looking kind of big. Someone did it. Okay. Remember what I told Games Workshop to do with Flesh Eater Quartz? I'm like, show me the delusion on the models. Like when you're making Flesh Eater Quartz, you have to show me the delusion on the models in the sculpts. You're a fool if you don't. And then they didn't. This guy did it. Okay. Look at this brilliant little bird, right? And then you turn it. Actually, it's a monster. Like, whoa. I don't know. It's cool. He had to split it in twain and kind of do that and give it the bat wing of the Terrorgeist kind of coming out of it and the rib cage and the skull. What a good idea. I wish GW did that because I think it's really sick. Whole army was like that. And so from above, it just looks like that. But then you look closer and look from a side and you can see they're turning. They're changing. Super cool. Really awesome. This is just a very striking, good scheme here. Love the clay. Clay on blue. Very satisfying. Warm. Adobe kind of. Except without the yearly subscription. 4 big guys. You love to see it. Versus well-painted Stormcast. Ready to hike around. Put the stomping boots on. Pretty Sylve. This one doesn't show up quite as well in photograph, but this was like these were like metallic car paint looking or trying to look. Like Viper, you know, the show where the Dodge Viper changes colors. That shit came up over the weekend. Our references are absolutely modern. This guy made Slanesh. Pastry Slanesh. Cherry pie bases. And all their color schemes are like, this is the mint chocolate color scheme for that. And then the Kit Kats, 1,000 grands, 100 grands or whatever. And they all had different like pastry color schemes, which is fun. A little tart. Anyway, I just thought it was a really cool idea. A lot of AOS get really creative with their stuff, which is nice to see. Then look at this shit, dude. Metal Slug KO. Unbelievably based. Look at this shit. It's so good. Metal Slug KO. What an excellent scheme. Great idea. Cool conversion. Good paint job. Really like this one. Hadn't seen it before. And very reminiscent. I don't know if it was explicitly supposed to be Metal Slug, but it really looks like it. Oh, big. Probably aging yourself, but you heard the one where the Dodge Viper changes colors, immediately thought of the old Stephen King movie Sleepwalkers. Yeah. Was that out of the Nightmares and Dreamscapes thing? You hit the Dodge Viper was like a mid 90s shitty TV show, but the Stephen King Sleepwalkers I think was earlier than that. Rocket launcher. Yeah, I don't know what this vehicle came from. Well, okay, I know where half of the vehicle came from. It came from, the Argonaut kit, but I don't know where this came from. Could have been anything, really. But I think it reads well, especially because it's so top heavy. A little cartoonishly small bottom half with wheels, reminiscent of it to me. Votan Land Fortress from 40K. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Anyway, great work. Really like that one. It's Christmas. Any Christmas tears? Look at these little glow light up wings. He's checking his list. He got gifts under the tree. Any Christmas enjoyers? The bottom half is Gene Stealer's truck. Okay, so there's some disagreement about what it could be, but you double checked. Yeah, it looked like more normal Humvee wheels than necessarily because the Votan stuff is a little more NASA punk. This is just so colorful and fun. And the extra colorful happy flower bases because, Nurgle is jolly, right? Extremely colorful Nurgle. Because they're just here for a great time. They're spreading Nurgle's joy. However, there will be no joy in this game because it is a Nurgle mirror match. There will be no joy here. But hey, all right, you guys have fun. This one looked pretty good as well over here. I like the swirly whirlies on the base. I probably took a picture that was in focus. Yeah, I did. The absolute chads. The lads. Gold. Gold, black, red. So for the elite ones, gold, black, purple. For the still pretty based ones, gold, black, red. And then these dudes over here. Just a fine looking army. Slaves to Darkness. Looking good. You heard Nurgle and he came running. He's running. Some more hashish. Fighting some flesh eater courts. Yeah, sumo tournament. Kodo Shogiku versus Haruma Fuji. There he is, dude. He's back. Guy Fieri. The Butcher. He's got the hair, he's got the flames, and he's got the shades. Butcher Fieri. Pay no mind to the splattered corpse behind him. I'm sure it's fine. Anyway, good shit. Always like a Guy Fieri sighting in ogre armies. Oh, and we got an arcade mode. We went to the Volzin. Yeah, that was you. A lot of conversions all over the place. A lot of stuff everywhere that seemed to make sense as well. You love to see it. Ogre armies tend to have fun with it. Greenskin ogres. It is weird, but it's legal. went to the Milwaukee Public Market downtown. There's 2 Milwaukee Public Markets. I lived in Milwaukee, didn't know that. There's one downtown that has more downtown style food, if that makes sense, and it's way busier. And then there's one under a bridge near the 3rd Ward, which has better food, but it's out of the way. And try the lobster rolls. They're delicious. I like my orcs morbidly obese based. And we got to see Timpano Combat. Dude, it's got a ranch button. The ultimate Doug button. The ranch button. Dude, this thing was sick. Anyway, I had to take a picture of it. I simply had to. I'm home. It's perfect. Now, okay, ranch button is funny, but I'm pressing the blue cheese button. If you get wings, I'm not going to tell you how to live, but for me, it's blue cheese. I guess it depends on what flavor the wings themselves are. Some of them go better with ranch, I guess. But I'm a blue cheese man. It's a blue cheese household. Flats. And then we're back to Repent Ye Foolish Gods. And I believe that's it, except for the golden demons, which we'll get into thusly. And I'm just gonna kind of click through them, and we can bask in people who are better at painting than us, or at least me. Flats bis. Flats are bis, yeah. Once you figure out the system, I find them cleaner to eat. Carolina Gold lemon pepper rub were delicious. That sounds delicious. Dude, even his familiar is mogging. Some big armor. Yeah, look at this 30k. This is a 30k mech. This 30k mech is so much cooler than 40k mechs. I like the inhuman nature of it, where this is off kilter. And it's fine that it would be like that, you know, but you wouldn't think to do that. Nice bigness. Big guns. I still tried to get them one night, but they were like a 30-minute wait. Yeah. You had to wait like 20 minutes for them. It was really busy. And the loader grippies. I don't like these. I don't like knights. Don't like the look of them. They give you a great canvas of empty space to fill with your freehand, which is nice to see. And some of the gun stuff is cool, but I overall just don't like the look of them. Never have. Painted well. Did you get a second one? No, you didn't. Okay. Due to reflections, this is hard to see, but this looks amazing. This looks like it is actually incredible. I don't know whose this is. It's a Titan? Okay. I don't know 40k that well. So instead of Knight, pretend I said Titan. Because I can tell there's all sorts of like realistic looking grime and hair and spiderweb bits and stuff all over. It looks great. Really excellent. And classic Archaon. Painted just so. The case really washed a lot of the details out. Yeah, and a lot of the reflections too. It just sucks to take pictures through that glass. So Keep in mind the stuff looks infinitely better, obviously, in person, and infinitely still better with good photography. Hell yeah. Look at this dude in the background. Anyway, the black coach. Okay, this is painted really well. I hate this. I just hate the way FEC went. There's some the hills have eyes looking ass 30 generations of inbred wiggly um, people from Bone Tomahawk. I really wish they would have showed me the delusion in the sculpt instead of just zombies cosplaying with fetid goop on them. I mean, it's funny, it's silly, and they don't have to appeal to me because I don't play the army. Look at this dude. Big arm. Just a nice, just a really good clean Nurgle. I say clean, it's weird, but wonderful skin tones all over this thing. Oh, the wolf grandma. This one won squad. All right. I see why. Crazy flesh. And just clean everything. I love this detail here. Subtle. The wigglers, the wiggle meta. Snake squad. Cool detail of the ghost with the dagger behind him. A lot of time spent on the base. Ah, yes. Death Dealer winter scene with a lot of grave markers. Happy to meet everyone at Adepticon. Sad you managed time poorly. Look, everybody manages time poorly their first few times. Don't worry about it. The important part is that everybody has their own kind of fun wherever that happens to be when everyone shows up. It's just bookended with big breakfast, big dinner, and if anyone ever wants to stop by, we will probably be playing Magic in the Conflux. But do what you want. This is pretty nice. Maybe a young blood. You love the Zinch conversion. There it is, dude. It'll blast. Just wish you were able to get a game in with y'all or attend a big meal. There's always next year. We try to post about them, but you know, it's tempting to fill up your schedule with fun things so you can't do other fun things. Oh, hey, all right. Patrick Bookman. Oh, we're getting interesting. All right. Wild colors kind of morphing into each other. Very fun. Looks like it was fun. I don't know if the judges like that kind of thing, but it's so impressive. This got bronze. Okay. Let's see Paul Allen's Golden Demon entry. That's Kaha. Her work is always insane. I believe it. She had the Redeemed Stormcast dude last year. Ah, cool. There he is. He's classic. Land standing. He stands on land. Oh, foot hero. Her royal finest. Another picture of the dude. Oh, nice slime. I would have maybe tried to have the edge emboss a little bit. Oh, he's flying. He's zooming. And then a little Molman. That's funny. Beep, beep. Oh, what an elegant silhouette. Very nice. There's a concept in art where your eye is following. Okay, you're following certain lines, which just happens, and you can cause this to happen. Like, actually, the first thing you notice is this here. And it forces your eye to kind of move in a circle and all the way back around, so you kind of continuously keep looking at it. What a good one. It's hard to tell how good the paint job was, but it's a wonderful demonstration of form here. Very striking. Good frame. This is painted to look like an old style. That was like one of those Kojima movie reviews where it's like 5 paragraphs about some movie and then saw Transformers. Just nothing. Dude, Angoran, he's big and mad. Interesting white. He's got white tights. This actually looks very charming up here. We're going all the way, like all the way from the brightest yellow to just about burnt umber. You think all the armor is white, and it's blue around here, but still. Good look. Nice splatter. White is tempting for corn, so you can show the splatters better, right? His OG color scheme was white and blue. I didn't know that. Oh, still bringing out Mortarion. Hard to tell from the picture. The horns really make it. It looks so much more interesting with horns. Just anything, you know? Doom 2 looking ass. Killa. I like the implication of the glowing red hot, sort of. And the hazard spikes, always a fan. Always a fan of the caution, the hazard stripes. Love them. A little weathering here. Oxidation, rust. All right. Well painted, really boring tank. It's not his fault. Operation Desert Storm. Got the jet engines on the back and everything. Trying to do realistic wear and tear on like bleached kind of painted stuff. The problem is it looks bad from 10 feet. But then when you zoom in, you're like, okay, they really tried to do a bunch of stuff here. And we're back to Angron. Oh, this is a different Angron. Far Enclaves. It's a 2. It's a Tao. The absolute Chicago-style deep dish pizza cheese pull here. It's a little too long. It's funny. I like it. But we're the mozzarella. Dangerously cheesy. Yeah, cheese pull detected. Big old battle damaged knight question mark. I think this is a knight. That gunmetal stuff that's been warped a little bit and charred by the heat looks good. It's hard to do this well. And then the opposite. We're just going crazy style with it. Nice eye. A lot of freehand everywhere. This dude clockwork orc thing looks like something an orc would make. Don't like it. Oh, okay. Absolute neon shooter. Very visually striking. What a pink. What an absolute pink there. A clockwork orange. Good meme. Nice meme. I like this one. I know maybe it's a little bit of a gimmick, but I like this one. Sometimes I like gimmicks. Reaching for the sword to chop somebody. Okay. Another Bangron. Oh, cool. That's fun. They're turning into little Scarabs. Nice flowing, swirly guy. It's like, remember I was talking about how your eye moves across stuff. So this one is like, you're going up, over, and then just away. So it's awkward and sharp, but it's okay to do that. Everything doesn't have to be a circle. He's an inhuman god tech monster, right? So it would naturally be weird and suddenly jut from one place to another and kind of go off into nothingness. Okay, Jungle Planet. A squad of boys. Looks like it's painted well, but they look a little awkward to me. These things are very small. I've seen them in real life. They look cool, but they're very old and small, so they did as much work as they could. Corn Squad won something. That makes sense. It looks like it's painted very well. Scarab Tech. Absolute mandrakes. the actual feet detected. Anyway, nice hoods. Dank angels. Upset Grun. Battle Clade. I don't like the look of these guys. Not the painting, I just mean the models. Whatever army they're from, I don't like it. Painting's great. Old style guys. Nice fur capes. Servitors for Admech. Yeah, really don't like the servitors for Admech. Admech is exactly half of the coolest army ever, and then half the lamest shit. Almost like they're trying to ruin the army for you. But as an outsider, oh damn. Absolute old school. Hideous. But that's exactly what they were going for. So you did it. Soul, yeah. The lad. All right, looking good. So much fly matter. Nice midsection. Not the bees. Look at how big this guy is. This is the classic, like, tiny head, big body man. They did a good job painting this, but the base model is this scratch built, like the wolves' heads are just split in twain. The model is just so bad. I'm talking like quality. That's just what Logan Grimnar looks like. Okay. Like I can see beyond the paint scheme and I'm just like, there's cavernous. Just this is Forge World through and through. Just awful models. Assembly mistakes for sure. You can probably clean it up. But man, Forge World is just so bad. Clean. It's 40k plastic? Okay. 1,000 pardons. I'm sorry for shitting on Forge World for once when it didn't deserve it. I thought it was Forge World because it looked bad, but assembly errors, I guess. Man, if you're gonna paint something, you got to put it together right. It's the first step. I shouldn't be shitting on these painters. They're all better than me by light years. Funny little horseman with a bunch of stuff here. Representing, I guess, like a colony, but there's Necrons underneath and he's going to die. We're telling a story. Skinny horse. Made to look like a old model from the 90s a little bit. Painted in a more modern way. Another retro model. Pretty good paint job, if I do say so myself. Long man. Second place here, cool. All right, book reader hand holder. Unfortunate lady, possibly a dove here. It's hard to see because it's blurry. Sister Hospitaller, I think. Fugan actually came out very recently. Okay, so it's just like the aesthetic of Eldar is like a 90s idea of what space elves look like then. Come on. Kill some fucking orcs. Adam Trokin power armor. Wisconsin cheddar style. It's like the most subtly well painted thing ever. Like you look at it, you look at this with an untrained eye, and it's boring and completely not noteworthy at all. Yeah, okay, whatever, it's a yellow guy. Looks dumb. And then you zoom in, and you're like, wait a minute, I know something about painting. This is all perfect. And it's in a color that's very hard to do well, which is yellow. So this is the exact kind of thing I don't like, where it doesn't look good or interesting. But if you know but if you're like if you're a knower, you're like, this is the most impressive thing ever. But it's still boring and dumb. I'm shitting on the best painter ever, by the way. Somebody shoot that guy. Badoosh. Pequot. Eagle 1 rearming. Another horsey man in the tranches. This doesn't look great up here. Like, look at the is this just HeyWoah shits on painters that are better than him, the stream? Look at the difference in art. Like, skill or just, this is painted so well, right? And then this up here is like not great. Do backgrounds not count? They very much do now. Okay. Yeah, this is like, this is senior project level, and this is like freshman class level. It's crazy the difference when you're painting something 3D versus not, I guess. Oh, the glowing eyes, the double plasma guns. He doesn't give a shit. Guns akimbo. This guy's cool. And his little book friend. Duakshuidam. Painter let his 8-year-old do the background. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, you have to be actually really good at painting to paint something that looks bad in this way in 2D. Now, I know that there's some raised portions on this and everything. I get that. But it's a testament to how difficult it is to paint, actually. Anyway, Belisarius Bright Edition. Ooh. Damn, I love a gimmick, and I'm falling for it. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Hey, speaking of that circle, that eye line, this one kind of forces the hand here, but what wonderful lighting. Really wonderful. All right, Tech Marine, a guy they just added to Space Marine 2. Don't like the look of him. Too gangly. Stuff on it. Another classic man on horse. This one, winter scene.
You son of
Stuff
a
on it.
bitch.
Mommy Titania. I read that wrong, and I didn't mean to read that wrong. Let's just move past this. Thanks for the big rating party of 5. Moth my Titania. Pardon me. Thanks for the raid. What were you doing? What were you streaming? I'm clicking. I'm a clicker. What was your stream? Oh, TTS. 40K tournament report. Is it a TTS tournament or were you at Adepticon? Anyway, shout out Moth My Titania. Never mind my Freudian slip there at the beginning. No, that was correct. Hey, all right. Local 1K. Oh, cool. I would ask how it went, but you just did a show telling me exactly how it went. So if I really want to know, I'll fucking watch it. And I may. I'm looking over the Golden Demons at the end of an entire Adepticon recap. And stories and everything from all the days. And now the last thing is we look at painters better than us and judge them. Indeed, he ran Leontis, a Bane Sword, and a Shadow Sword. I'm not a 40K player. I do more AOS stuff. So I don't know what any of those words mean. But they sound cool. I'm guessing they're tanks. I've heard of a Bane Blade. I think that's a tank. So a Bane Sword is probably a different type of Bane Blade. 2 giant tanks and a dude on a horse. Big tonk. And that was the entirety of your 1K points. Very high IQ. Exceptionally high IQ. Because in Age of Sigmar, when I play 1K, I played 2 giant monsters and then a 3rd giant monster. So we have a similar list building style, we'll say. Always in for the big tanks and the big boys. Oh, cool. This is actually fairly long. I didn't know Golden Demon allowed entries this big. Coming in through the portal. Wiggly portal meta. Seeing some decent shading here and there. Kind of thick. But it's a lot of stuff to do. It's an excellent 4-footer, this one. Maybe not a 1-footer. Oh, hey, it's Space Marine 2. Oh, are they going to rotate the pylon? Brother. Rotate the pylon. I can turn it. GTA has several categories, somewhere for groups. I know somewhere for groups. It's just this is particularly large. A lot. There's a recreation of the last chapter of Space Marine 2. Oh, Seed Sweep, huh? Where's Marnius Calgar absolutely no-selling a Zinch Demon? Oh, this is fun. Look at this. The ghosts coming out of the picture. Good idea. A little Halloween action. The black coach, always a good look. Trying to do like a inside the aquarium sort of look on the innards of it. That's fun. Trench warfare, guard versus orcs. Some duders in the middle, makes sense. Hard to see it with the glass, but then again, it's hard to take pictures with the glass. You got light coming in from everywhere. Bro, these StarCraft models are sick, dude. Hey, StarCraft came out this Adepticon. A lot of people bought it. Supposedly it's good. You don't know if there were photos of it, but Mezbg display had a similarly sick one with Balrog versus Gandalf coming out of the frame. Cool. The classic. Kind of hard to tell what this even is through the glass, but I see this guy here coming in for a hook on the campsite. And also, maybe it's a 3. This guy with his little campsite. You got the Invisigaunt or whatever those are called. Lictor, is it? Could a Kroot kill a Lictor, or is this fan fiction? You'll have to let me know. Anyway, good scene. Yep, another horseman with some dudes, gas masks in the trenches. Oh, ogres detected? Somebody did it. Somebody made an ogre. I was not prepared. Let's see. How did they do? It's basically impossible to fix this here. Anyway, nice meats. Extra big. Orc skull there. What's this goop that he's going to throw in? What is that thing? Hard to tell from here. Big boy dinner. Hey, this was us every night of Adepticon. Going to big dinner. Random login name given to tier 1 to Mia Khalifa, who apparently has a Twitch account. Good meme. Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear the Can you hear the alerts? They used to be double playing. Are they not playing at all now? You can hear them. Okay. I can't hear them. So they're turned off for me, but you can hear them, which is the important part. Good. I got to fix that. But hey, all right. Oh, and then the avalanche with an exclamation point. Oh, I wouldn't have done the exclamation point. It was a bit much. For a Rift's rulebook, sure, but anyway, nice skin. This one's looking good. Nice flesh. Space wolves. Found you through a poor hammer video. Alerts are fine. Perfect. You're hitting the tail end of Adepticon pictures of all this stuff. We're doing Golden Demon at the end. But speaking of poor hammer, had 2 big dinners with poor hammer over Adepticon. The boys, the lads. Nice steak place and a nice sausage place. A fine crew, I do say. And got to play commander and stuff too. Sure. Yep. Points and then all the stuff leading all the way to the Zombo coming out of there. Oh, the splatter cleaver. And he's like kind of throwing it, I guess, because it's leaving his hand. These colors are looking pretty primary to me. Might be the Youngblood tournament. Someone who's gotten into AOS through the Hellsmiths of Hashish Spearhead. Any advice on what your next 3 purchases should be? Got the army set when it first got announced. Off the top of my head, I don't know the lists people are running for Hellsmiths. Surely we got a few people that play him in the Discord, or perhaps those people are watching now. And they can help you out. You hear about HeyWoah on Poorhammer in 2 weeks? Just recorded it. Oh, nice. Talk StarCraft and HeyWoah fighting Hall of Famers in 2011. Yeah, we had some boomer ass Magic conversations, which I'm always here for. Oh, we got a Reservoir Dogs 40K getting absolutely blown the fuck out. Absolutely shooted. How clean is this? Pretty clean is the answer. All right, the overhand chop, sans wings. No wings on this Bellacore. Bending the sword, the power. A lot of connecting bits here to make this work. Oh no, he doesn't suspect a thing. He's gonna get shot by the anime fox. Nice pour. Nice resin pour down there. Used to play Magic, but you can only afford 2 expensive hobbies. Yeah, that's true. Sold out Magic completely at a shop that gave me almost 70% store credit. Dove into 40k orcs. That's one of the nice things about Magic. It's like the most expensive game ever. But when you eventually sell out of it, odds are you're going to get a lump sum. Anyway, nice pour. Looking highly all right. It's also relatively liquid for a hobby. Yeah, that's true. In ways that 40k really isn't. The resale value of 40k of like, well, not even 40k, just like Warhammer stuff is terrifically low. Reminds me a little bit of Snow White. Dudes at all angles, just doing stuff. Getting jumped on. Tomb King Tristan. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta treat yourself. And we're back to this one. Hey, good shit. Oh, Plib Jack 2. Oh, ramen. Oh, expensive but not great food. Cheese. If you only knew how bad things really were. This is a good one to end it on, you know? What a good face. HeyWoah is his son Blacks. Sean. Built a new commander deck this past weekend using only 3 cards and 97 lands for less than $1. Is it a good deck? No. But is it a funny last game of the night deck? Absolutely. Ah, yes. I think there's a few I'm thinking of that actually kind of work as long as no one interrupts you for the like 97 land 3 card kind of decks. They're fun to just pull out and be like, hey, check this out. This is a funny thing. And they're pretty cheap to build, so it's like not even a bad thing. Needs more Pika-me. True. Amino Pika-me. Unbridled optimism versus 3 tours at war. Hey, Adepticon was great. Had a good time, played a lot of Magic, met a lot of people, met a lot of content creators, Vince and Poorhammer and all them. Good stuff all around. Had big dinners and big breakfasts. Just a good time. Hopefully, some of you guys can show up next year. For those who couldn't, Me about to get arrested for live streaming at Taco Bell for the 4th time this week. They can't stop you. Well, they can, but if no one interacts with you, you consistently win turn 5. Hell yeah. And I'm in the complete, we're in the complete lab, right? Because played so much Commander over the weekend. Now it's like content creators nobly not included in people. No, they're different. Arguably people. Went to the lab. We're making changes. Some Ting Wong will rise. It will rise again and probably replace Arden Crum. We'll see what kind of Jeskai nonsense I get to build out of those cards that I have for it. A combo nation. And more Magic TTS in the future. That moment when you shifted all the equipment from Wan Shitong to Sun Titan because he was one bigger and just broke. He was one bigger. You need that damage. Every little bit counts, you know. You got to get that last point of damage. The shifter. Also met people who is also a person and British, yeah. Even the Britbrongers showed up. On she stonks. Yeah, it's not done. It's a perspective deck, but we got some Ting Wong. Different categories, you know, Black Blade and Stratascythe to kill people with. So some Ting Wong, when you equip him with swords, he becomes Bang Ding Ao. Combat, some draw, some dudes, land, things with flash protection, you know, ramp, incursion, removal, and then we too low. If you're losing and you need something to draw you out of losing, we include we too low. I guess removal is holy fuck, I guess. But this is the test version, still kind of making changes to it. We'll see how it ends up. Oh yeah, I make decks to just play on TTS one time and then never play again every once in a while. You know, just here and there. And sometimes for other people. It's time, chat. All this talk of big dinners. It's time to have big dinner. A cool 9 p.m. Time for big dinner.
Oh, 69.
Magnakin
Nice.
Artillerist. Ah, yes. So thanks for the bits, Orturius. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for the watching the recap. I enjoyed my time at Adepticon, seeing all you guys and playing a bunch of Magic and doing all that. Already looking forward to next year. Already making plans for next year. And 2 years from now, 5th edition AOS will probably be out. And I hope it doesn't suck shit. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to play stuff. And start making AOS content again. That'd be nice. Remember that? Hey, remember when I used to do that? Thanks for watching. Thanks for the subs and the bits and the primes and the raids from the various raiders. Oh, I didn't even hit you with a commercial. Hey, get commercialed at.
Pardon me, would you have any
Cream.
But of course.
Grey Poupon. It even has cream.
Hello, everyone. I'm Scott, president of Domino's Pizza. Have you heard of Hatsune Miku?
Get a rope.
How do you get shirts so clean, Mr. Lee?
Ancient Chinese secret.
My husband, some.
Pure athlete, yeah.
Here's his ancient Chinese secret.
Cream.
Folks, I work with lots of people who wear dentures and smoke.
Mommy, how long will Charlie live?
1 second. I like the Whopper the way it was. Fool.
The new Whopper has more beef than ever, with luscious taste and a foamy trait.
Dunkin' Hines Yellow rises to great heights of moistness.
This is the day of great taste.
Deluxious.
This is the day of great moistness.
This deluxe yellow rises above the rest.
Moisture.
Haven't you ever tried it?
No, is it soft?
Squeeze it.
Ooh, it is soft.
And help take a bite out of cream, yeah.
It still tastes good like a cigarette should.
Andy